Alright, so we need to replenish my supplies here. Alright, so let's make myself, like, a chest real quick. So this is where we're gonna put our logs here. But I want to get like a full chest full of like jungle wood to replenish my stock. And unfortunately, this is the only convenient way of doing this other than like destroying an entire forest. Which I could do, but I'd like to hold off on doing that for a while. But I have not played Stardew Valley. I've been recommended it a number of times. It's just, right now, like, getting into a new game is, like, the last thing I need right now. Like, I already have enough trouble as is. Like, starting a new game of something is just asking for trouble. But I am trying to, like, conserve my, axes. There we go. But in all honesty, what I really need to do is I need to get, like, an automatic bone meal farm. Because I'm burning through bone meal at a pretty significant rate every time I do this. Like, I've seen Stardew Valley, and I don't think it's that difficult to run. Alright. Alright, let's see here. There we go. Half the chest is filled up. Alright, there we go. So, let's see here. Just how much of this has been filled up? Alright, I get like a stack and a half of logs every time I do this. And unfortunately, because it's raining, I'm like missing out on, growth height. And that was a lot of bone meal. Okay, so, go ahead and put these down here. And, ooh, that's a big tree. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of bone meal before I fill this chest up, though. Or not. I might be able to get away with it. But replenishing my wood stores is something I'm gonna have to do here. Because, unfortunately, I have sort of neglected my, wood stores here by building so much. Oh, that's a big tree. Just let it all fall down. Alright. Alright, that's a small tree. We can go ahead and merge these axes together. And there we go. And... that's not a very big tree. We can probably chop this down without consequence. Like, I'm having to, like, guesstimate just how much, I am chopping here. Because I don't want to break the axe and have to, like, climb up there and chop things down. Alright, so a couple more here, and, well, like, one more, and then I'll probably be done with replenishing some of my stores here. Alright, I'd say, like, one or two more trees here. Or maybe just one. And I know I've made, like, a profit on, the jungle saplings. So... okay, we can get one more tree chopped down here. Alright, there we go. Of course, now I have to go, chop down my oak trees, because I'm low on those. Like, a lot of Minecraft is just is just this, like, mean cycle of just gathering materials and, like, hoping for the best. Alright, let's see here. Jungle. There we go. We are making decent progress. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna need, like, a chest full of jungle saplings, but you never know. Alright, let's go ahead and grab all this here. It is currently day 384. And let's go ahead and deposit these. And we can go ahead and, like, merge these axes together. Grab ourselves a couple more axes. The stick chest over here. We have a stick chest. We'll go ahead and deposit it in there. Alright, so now we're gonna have to take a bit of a visit across the bridge and harvest the birch trees as well. Because we need birch. Well, actually, we need, like, everything, pretty much. So, acacia. We're gonna make sure to grab all of our acacia saplings here. Because we need acacia wood. at some point. I'm probably just gonna have to make like a large field where I just grow like 64 acacia saplings, and that'll be that. And acacia is like the one wood that doesn't work with the timber data pack, just because of how awkwardly shaped its trees are. Alright, let's go get these stored away. Like, despite acacia wood being orange, it doesn't really fit anywhere, strangely enough. Like, it's one of those odd saplings where I'm like, I don't even... It's one of those, like, odd woods where I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna use this kind of wood. Like, it's such an odd color that I just don't know if I'm gonna use it or not. Because, like, typically, like, most of the time you would think, like, oh, hey, like, I'm gonna end up using every kind of wood. And I'm like, even I don't know, like, where I would use this. Of course, we're actually gonna be doing a lot of work underground, this next 100 days. So I said, like, about 80 Minecraft days ago that, I would be doing mostly work around here on these farms, and I did stick to that. But I need to keep going bigger. And it's kind of hard to keep going bigger when you're kind of just stuck gathering materials like I am right now. And the thing is for my project in the Nether, I need to essentially slab up the entire area, but I can't use wood. If I was using wood slabs, it would be a lot quicker. So I've come up with an idea. You see, there's this old way of sort of like mass harvesting cobblestone. And I don't know if I'm gonna use it or not. But it's looking to be like the more optimal way of doing things. Because I've been looking into this here, and one of the things I could do is called a TNT duplicator. And basically I would have, there's this machine that I would break cobblestone and harvest the cobblestone from a cobblestone generator. So I would essentially just be able to entirely slab up sections of the Nether, which is what I need. So the thing is part of what makes things so slow is I would like to get beacons. A lot of beacons. But I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like just harvest a ton of like wither skeletons at once. And we already have like a nether fortress. The problem is the spawn rate for rate for wither skeletons is just so abysmally low. to the point of where I have, like, spent over an hour there and found, like, nothing. Like, I could find... I could go beat the Ender Dragon right now. And I would still... like, not be able to, find wither skeletons within, like, the time it takes to beat the Ender Dragon. Beating the Ender Dragon is actually really easy. The real problem, and I'll say this in all honesty, the real problem is that the spawn rates are just so abysmally low that it's so much quicker for me to just go ahead and be like, yeah, I am just gonna go ahead and find me some, Ender Dragons before I find, some Wither Skeletons. That's just the way it is, pretty much. Alright, let's make sure to grab all these. Because I hadn't really thought about it until I got to a point where I'm like, God, I just cannot find any nether skeletons. And I keep calling them nether skeletons. I know they're called wither skeletons, and it's just... Like, I got into a habit of calling them nether skeletons, and I know that's not what they're called. They're called wither skeletons. And I'm an idiot for calling them that. Alright, so, let's go ahead and, get these planted. So, for the rest of the stream, I'm not gonna touch, any of this sort of stuff. So, like, once a week, I'm gonna go out of my way to, like, try to stock up on, like, all my stuff. For these farms here, I'm probably gonna only, like, harvest them every 2 weeks. Just because of how long it takes to harvest them. And we're gonna run back and forth here, just clearing this all out. And it takes, like, a week for these to grow, pretty much. So, it's not a big deal for me to just, like, harvest these, like, once a week. Like, I will point this out, that part of the problem with, like, a lot of my, farms is they take a long time to grow. And let's go ahead and, like, put this right there. So let's go ahead and, deposit my birchwood here. Birchwood really doesn't have a lot of uses, but it's better than, like, nothing. And I should really kind of... just ignore that. There we go. Alright, let's deposit all of this. My birch saplings go in here. Deposit some of the sticks in the sticks chest. And I will be back in a moment. We're gonna let the sun set while I go get myself something to drink real quick. And you know what? Never mind. I am apparently out of what I like. Well, actually, no. There might be some out in the garage, but I don't want to go out to the garage right now. Slime balls. I need slime balls. And I need to figure out how to grow glowberries. Alright, let's make sure I don't have anything in the furnaces here. Also, I've noticed, like, how much more powerful these lanterns are than torches. Lanterns are really kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they are a definite improvement. Alright, so... we need to harvest all of our oak trees over here. Like, I have put off, like, harvesting these for a while. So, let's go ahead and get these harvested. And I really should, like, lay off the apples, because I do need to, like, start stockpiling those. Because I need to make golden apples for my, Ender Dragon run, towards the end of summer. Because, I do have, like, some tentative dates. I'm still probably gonna be a substitute teacher. So, okay. So there's an interesting story behind my substitute teaching career recently. I actually had to stop substitute teaching for a while. And I got back into it, like, on the last day of school. So, teachers have this thing called a teacher's license, and substitute teachers have this thing called a substitute teacher's license. And the problem is, at the beginning of May, my substitute teaching license expired. And the thing is, I had to get it renewed. Well, imagine spending, like, a month just trying to jump through hoops to get your license renewed. That is pretty much what happened to me. So, I work for a substitute teaching agency, which is pretty much an agency that is connected to, like, all the schools and whatnot. And, like, essentially, I had to find the right person to renew it. So, it should have just been, I fill out the paperwork, it gets renewed, and I'll be on my way. But, the substitute teaching agency I worked for, without telling anyone, moved all of their management to an entirely different part of the state. So, I spent, like, an entire month trying to find, like, whoever my new manager was to send the email to renew it. So, like, here's the thing, is I don't have to take a test to renew a substitute teaching license. The problem is I have to, like, talk to someone and be like, oh, hey, I need you to approve my renewal. And the problem is I didn't know who I was supposed to talk to, because the person who used to renew my sub-license, no longer worked there. So, I spent, like, an entire month trying to get in contact with my employer. And, like, when I finally did get in contact with the person I was supposed to get in contact with, like, 3 hours later, my sub-license is renewed, and that's kind of like the end of story, but it's also sort of a Pyrrhic victory, because by the time I got it renewed, it was the last day of the school year. And I did sub on that last day of the school year, because teachers quit, like, on the last day of the school year. Some do. But it was still a problem, because I was at least able to get money from that one day. So, there is that. But, I was also, like, I am, like, also actively looking for, like, different careers. Different part-time jobs. So, the thing is, well, in my mind, it's okay, so, this is hard to explain, but, basically, in my mind, the fact that they, like, moved all of the substitute teaching coordination people out of my area, in my mind, that means they're probably gonna shut down the substitute teaching agency, so I should be looking for a new job anyways. But I'm also in the midst of doing my master's program, so I'm kind of, like, focusing on that more than anything else. But, like, it was more of a matter of the principle of the thing, is I at least wanted to have my sub-license back and renewed, because having that sub-license pretty much meant that I could go sub at any school, pretty much. But, yeah, like, it was kind of a bittersweet victory. But you can't always win with an employment position like mine. But you know what? That's fine. Like, in the end, I managed to at least get my job back for now. But I am, like, cautiously looking at my employer, and, like, I'm seeing I'm trying to predict the way the wind is blowing here. Like, from my outside perspective, as I have no idea what my manager or management is thinking, but from my own outside perspective, it kind of looks like they're gonna shut down the sub-agency. So I should probably be keeping an eye on, like, the schools I work for, and be like, you know, I should probably keep an eye on like, certain schools to see if there's, like, certain sub-positions open and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, at least I'll have a part-time job in the fall. But, like, it was more or less just a major inconvenience. What should have been like a 1 to 2 day, like, waiting period turned into, like, a month of where I had to actively track down who I was supposed to talk to. So, there was also, like, a number of different issues I had with my manager. So, part of the problem is people don't read their emails. One person I emailed was like, "Oh no, you're trying to get hired, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to get hired. I already work for you people. Read the email, guys. I'm trying to get my sub-license renewed. R-E-N-E-W-E-D. Renewed. I'm not trying to get hired. I'm trying to get my license renewed. There's a difference. And, like, it's more of, like, a matter of, like... Yeah, exactly. Renewed. Like, it's mind-boggling because, like, my entire problems could have been avoided if they could have just, like, actually bothered to read the emails I sent